welcome to the Nerds Against Normality podcast. Pull up a pew, grab yourself a cuppa, and enjoy listening to your favourite nerds with me, Stacey Bowles, who went to university to get a film studies degree, which has definitely been really useful in my chosen career. And I'm here with Harry Bowles. When he's not playing with his Sonic toys, he's selling them through his retro games business, 184-Bit Gaming. Find him on Facebook.
Plug, 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 plug.
And Ben Sheridan, who liked film so much he apparently went to film school and then he begged Netflix to let him work for them.
What do you mean apparently?
Right, so we've had our first little ratings come in.
Yay.
See where we've charted.
We charted.
We did. It was in the hobbies category. And I don't care, I'll take any fucking win I can.
It's still a hobby.
It's still a hobby. BBC Gardener's World might be our biggest rivals.
No! Yeah. Was that at the top? I didn't say. I only literally saw who was above us so I could laugh at them and send them a horrible email.
Yeah, I've been slinging shit at them all
Good.
week.
Yeah. Fuck you, Gardener's World.
Which they took.
From Ben Sheridan.
No!
Which they took and they turned into compost.
Your advice saved my garden.
Thanks, Alan. So that was nice. We went up to 11th.
Yeah.
And now we're, the heights of 174th. But let's hope this can boost us back into the top 20. That'd be nice.
It's a small climb.
So fucking share it, alright?
Yeah.
Keep fucking sharing it.
Come on,
download it. You don't have to listen to it. Just download it. It'll be fine.
You can literally turn the volume down on your phones.
I don't think we'll take any listens.
Plug, 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 plug.
It's just desperation.
Apart from that, I embarrassed myself to our podcast editor, Mitch. Turns out
Good old Mitch.
his name isn't Mitch, and I gave a shout out to Mitch, and when he listened to it, he went, Mitch?
You got another editor? You got another editor, boy?
I messed after he obviously called me out on it. I sent him a screenshot of what I've got him saved on my phone, and that is Mitchell Podcast Extraordinaire, and he loved it so much that he thinks we should carry it on. So thank you, Mitch, for your cooperation. We look forward to working with you in the future.
Yeah. Cheers,
We
Mitch.
genuinely don't know what his name is.
I still don't know what his name is, and I don't ever want to know.
He's an enigma.
What else have we been up to? We have been playing The Quarry.
Oh, how is it?
The first two chapters are quite horrific. They're
Right.
in your face. They're kind of giving you like a taster of what to expect of the game. A bit like Until Dawn, where there's lots of good jump scares. But I have to say, the next 6 chapters has been Catching Phone Simulator. So literally it's a lot of QTEs. And a lot of the time, it's just people going, hey, catch, and it's a phone or it's keys. And it's like, you died.
You get to pick your characters, though. So we just did a easy split. I had all the women, Harry had all the guys. And it opened with my character and literally the most horrific opening scenes, like, I shit my pants.
Okay, great.
Which was a refreshing change.
Nice.
And then it cuts to all Harry's characters having a great time.
Oh, man.
In the car, surfer dudes.
I'm a big Chad. Yeah, literally, that is...
All of them telling their deepest secrets to each other and promising this summer's never going to end.
He wants to get this girl. They broke up last summer,
Yeah.
and he's like, I need to spend one more night with her because that will make all the difference. So he takes away a part of the car. We've all been there.
We've all been there.
We've all been there, and all your friends
Have
die.
Yeah.
Have you not?
Yeah.
Is that why the cars never worked?
Because I wanted to get in your pants.
Yeah.
Correct. And it hasn't worked yet.
What I can say is it was actually horrendous, like to buy all the whole game package with all the bells and whistles.
I just...
£75.
£75.
Which we purchased immediately, and that's
Oh, yeah,
what
of
we
course.
We bought you one as well.
Oh, thanks, mate.
And your mum.
Oh, cheers.
No, I bought your mum.
Oh. so, Mum, how could you?
She's doing the gardener.
BBC Gardeners World! They've got... Oh, they got the ultimate revenge because they got my mum.
But they got a load of famous actors in it. I say famous. Maybe that's a stretch.
Very C-list. Sorry, but it is.
They got the cop from...
David Arquette.
Is that who it is? The
David
cop
Arquette's
from
in it.
Scream.
Oh, okay.
He's in it. They've got the guy from Detective Pikachu, the main lead.
Oh,
not Ryan Reynolds.
Justice Smith.
Yeah, if you say so.
Absolutely, I do.
And they've got Alex from Modern
Ariel
Family.
Winters, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I'd recommend it.
Alright.
For how far we've played.
Yeah.
the Sonic movie 3 trailer come out. I'm somewhat of a Sonic fan. I'm a little bit of a Sonic nerd.
Are you?
Yeah, a little bit. And I was that sad guy. Paramount had a timer counting down.
They text Harry immediately upon release.
They're like, "Are you okay if we send it out at this time?" And I was like, "I am free."
Good.
So you can send it out.
Getting Sonic and Amy plushies to kiss. Well, I'm free now.
Give me 5 minutes.
Oh dear.
And I've got to say, it looks like the best one yet. I think they've hit the nail on the head. I think the first one, they had to appease the studio, by making it a road trip movie with Sonic nods. The second film was kind of half for the family, half for Sonic nerds, had enough winks and nods.
Yeah.
And this one looks to go full enter the weeb.
So I didn't see the trailer until after you had, because I watched it around. Well, we're recording right now. I watched it with you, and I'm enjoying. They know what they're doing, and so like you know what it is now.
Harry loved it so much. If you remember, he called you.
He did.
And sung "Crush 40" down the line.
He did do that. Yes,
yeah.
one of the greatest songs ever made, and I won't have anything against it. Holy shit! Shadow sounds great.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
I'm really excited.
It got leaked literally about 4 months ago. They didn't confirm nor deny, but it was announced.
Yeah,
he's a really good choice. Like, I can't. By listening to it in the trailer, I don't immediately think it's Keanu Reeves, which I think is a good thing. Like, if you really listen for it, obviously you know it's him. But
I think it's just a good opening shot. Like that bit when he first speaks, he's just on. It's the Shadow the Hedgehog. Like the end of the trailer. It's
the budget. If you compare the end of Sonic 2 Shadow to the trailer for Sonic 3, they changed the look.
Yeah.
Because the end of Sonic 2, that is just a reskin of Super Sonic. Nerd.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they obviously redid it for 3.
Yeah.
And he punches the glass, and the animation is just... They've thrown money at it. They must have thrown money at it. It's nice to see that a franchise that is, and I hate to say it, it's had lots of dog shit games and has gone through the mill with
it really
dog
has.
shit. The movies are doing so well. Like, they've been Borderlands, which is meant to be dog shit. There's what's the one that's coming out? Minecraft looks like shit. There's terrible. Don't.
So you have the movies to thank for the
revitalisation of the brand.
I mean, I'd say that might actually be what's kicked the brand.
Yeah,
jump-started
the
brand
nice
again.
To have like the Sonic versus Mario thing come back.
Oh yeah, we've got this all over again.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to discuss the fact that the Mario movie took over $1 billion, and both of the Sonic movies combined did not.
Yeah.
Did they not?
No.
But I'd ask if you sat me down and said which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the Mario movie or Sonic 2? Sonic 2.
I think it's day and night.
Yeah, I liked the Mario film, but I'm not. It was fine. It's very much like for children, whereas I feel like Sonic. Yes, it is also for children, but also there is enough.
Hey.
Sorry, man.
You
children.
shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth when you leave.
Oh, well, nuts. I'm just. And just very good. They got Jim Carrey back.
Yeah, Jim Carrey back.
For 2 roles.
Yeah.
So a very good article. No, it wasn't an article, it was a little post, which it's really funny how Jim Carrey has completely gone against Hollywood and the studio system, just doesn't want to act anymore. Happy to come back for the Sonic films, though.
Because
what is it about the Sonic films that he just likes?
Joy.
Paychecks.
Mostly paychecks,
Paychecks.
So much joy to people's lives. I think.
Right, I would stop that because...
One more question. I'll give you a fun fact how I've got a connection to the film.
Did you film anything?
I sadly did not.
Get out.
The job I was on another job which hasn't come out yet. The next job after that I was meant to be going on to was Sonic 3 because Knuckles had just finished and we were filming it in Pinewood Studios, same place. Most of it was filmed in the UK this time, apart from a few little plate shots. And then the strikes happened. So I missed the opportunity and I was so excited to go on to it because it's Sonic.
Yeah.
It was Sonic 3 and I knew if I could, I'd be able to get you two on there as extras and I would have been able to give Harry his big moment. In Sonic lore. It'd be in Sonic canon then forever.
Day one release with the boys at the cinema. I'll be like, that's me!
Literally standing up. Anything else happened in your weeks?
Apart from that, I got declared not a fat fuck, so that was good.
Hey!
I got weighed, and I'm not. Yeah, so that's good.
So what's the next step now?
Wait for the NHS.
Yeah.
Yay! Super quick.
Thank you, NHS. We love you very much.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I'll hand over to Stacey. What have you been up to?
Like most people my age into indie music, we waited 6 hours for Oasis tickets.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, for anyone that we've got overseas that does this now, we know people do.
Denmark, we love you.
We love you, Denmark.
And Virginia.
And Virginia. Really? Virginia?
Yeah.
Apart from you, Australia, I hate you.
Yeah. We lost everyone. Yeah, Oasis, Oasis, big band, everyone knows who Oasis is. Released, 4 dates? Something like that for Wembley?
Yeah. But it was riddled with problems. So, like, Ticketmaster, the website where you would get the tickets, just completely had a breakdown, I think. So you had to wait in a queue to get to the website. When you got to the queue, you could see how many people were in front of you. And we, at one point, had 280,000 people in front of us. Sure, you might be thinking...
What's the capacity of Wembley?
Yep. But anyway...
I tried to explain this multiple times.
I don't think it's 280. I haven't been to Wembley in a while.
And that's if one person gets one ticket.
Oh.
But the thing is, like, when you've been in the queue for several hours and you do like Oasis, you're not going to give up at 280,000. Right?
Yeah, I know. What you would do is sit on the sofa watching it go down slowly whilst your husband and your dad assemble furniture. So, yeah.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Okay.
Well, don't judge it.
A friend...
It's precarious at best.
We had some friends trying to get tickets as well, and we were like messaging back and forth, where are you in the queue, where are you in the queue, have you got them yet? She joined later than us in the queue, but her queue was going down really quickly, and I was like, I don't know how you're doing this, but amazing, we're going to get there, we're going to get tickets.
Some sort of special status or something like that, I would imagine.
You'd imagine.
I would hope so.
It turns out that she was waiting in line for an Oasis tribute band.
No. Oh, no.
3 hours.
Oh, no. I bet that band were like, yes.
Yeah, finally we've made some sales.
They were in the queue for it.
Yeah. No, so sadly we didn't get any tickets, but...
I've
Live and learn.
There we go. A very famous Oasis song.
Some people were buying them and then selling them on for like $5,000, which is just awful. They need to find a way to stop that happening.
It's too much as well.
I don't know.
This is too. What's the most you've ever paid for a gig? Was Foo Fighters, wasn't?
Paul McCartney.
Yeah, because we're in the exclusive box with all the VIPs, so that costs about 10,000.
Oh, nice. Just Paul McCartney.
I get to go on stage with him.
Oh, very nice. And where are you from, young man? It's like, I don't know where your accent is from, Paul, but it's changed a little bit in the prevailing years.
Why are you giving me Werther's Originals? Why did you come here in a big van? I don't like any of this.
Talking of expensive things,
right.
Harry also took me up the Shard.
Turns out there is a price for everything.
So we got...
No, let's let this just hang in the air for a few seconds, please.
We got given a gift for like a meal, and then you can go up the Shard.
It's a fancy establishment.
The Shard is the tallest building in London. Literally, you can see it. It looks like something out of a video game. It looks like it's like at the top of it is the final boss. If you climbed like the yes,
like,
yeah, because it reminds
like
you
a Dante maze or something.
And I know, yeah, it just has the same name. If anyone doesn't know what the Shard is, Google it and then try. If you've played Mirror's Edge, you'll know exactly the
Shard NSFW. See what you get.
The Shard OnlyFans. How high up did you go?
68 floors.
Is that the tallest in London at that point? I don't know how many floors the Shard had.
I don't know. And you couldn't. It's not like you were like right at the top of it. But what's funny about the Shard is like, because down the bottom of it, you've got offices, you've got like other bits and bobs. I went there for a gynecology appointment once.
What's it with you two going to very strange establishments to get your genitals and such looked at? Why is this a recurring theme? Am I going to go and see like am I going to get like a penis exam in a shipping container? I wanted in Paul McCartney's van.
Are you sure you're qualified? Take them down.
I promise you, Ben, I really am. Let it be.
I wanted to have a good view.
Who wouldn't? Oh,
This is
right.
this guy
I thought you. Right. I think I forgot the joke we were just doing. No, I didn't mean that.
During the appointment, you need something to focus on.
Yeah.
But anyway,
This is something most women would not tell anyone, and here you are broadcasting it on this podcast that is 11th on the chart.
Yeah.
I'd like to share.
All of 15 people are going to hear this.
It was like we got a gift from Harry's brother for Christmas.
Very nice.
So we went to a restaurant and then we went to the Shard. We went to a special entrance with other
The
people
back door.
going up the shaft.
Right, it's
Up the
2024.
shaft.
You're taking the shaft entrance, sir.
But it was quite interesting because at the start of the year we went to the Empire State Building, and we thought this is like the UK version of that, but newer and shitter. It
Really?
wasn't as good.
You'd rate the Empire State over.
1,000
I
times.
suppose King Kong didn't climb the Shard.
No, it was like night and day. But the Empire State is obviously a huge historical,
Yeah.
amazing piece of architecture, and you go through and they tell you the history of it and all this stuff. Whereas the Shard, you kind of go up and they're like,
Come to our bar.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a question for you. Right? When we went to the bar, I bought a Coke can size of Camden House Lager
Nice.
and a small sparkling rosé.
I see.
Right? How much do you think it's going to cost? Now, I'd like to just leave a pause if anyone would like to make a guess at home.
Unbelievable, yeah.
How much do you think?
Well, of course, you two are incredibly wealthy, so I suppose wealth doesn't. I suppose that price doesn't mean much. Small Coke can of Camden House and a small sparkling wine. I bet you paid £22.
Higher.
£30?
On the dot.
You paid £30?
Yeah. It was like $29.98
This
or
is
something like that.
this is ridiculous.
but what can you do? We knew it was going to be expensive, but he poured it up and he was like, 30 quid, tap your card, and we were like, oh.
That's £5 I've just spat out.
I would be counting the sips. I would have literally counted how many sips I would have taken and been like, I'm going to divide that now by how much that was.
You didn't even like it.
No!
I finished it.
There's a real... again, this is London prices, but there is a different level of London price for these people. Because the people
That
who
is
go up...
cunt tax.
That is absolute cunt tax.
And, get this right, I'm a fucking rant here. You're charging all this money to get in, to go to the top. All this is an elevator ride. You just go up.
It was stifling.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable.
Poor bastards working there are fully suited, tie up to the neck. I was thinking, how on earth are they doing it?
And they have like a couple of tables dotted around so you can stand with your drink, lean and watch the view or whatever.
Get the TikToks.
And I'm sorry, but I'm 35. I like to have a sit down and my bag's heavy. So we sat on the floor to watch the view because it was quite busy. Everywhere else was taken, and we got shouted at by some security man. We're like, we paid £30 for these fucking drinks. I want to have a sit down. I want to look at the view.
Do you have to be there for a certain amount of time and they move you on, or is it just like you're just there and then you go down? But I suppose, what can you do up there?
We saw the Millennium
You're not going to
Eye.
spend any longer than an hour there.
Yeah, exactly. Like when
The boys, you're not going to be like, let's go. Let's go on the town. Where are we going to go? Shard. I feel like bankrupting myself.
Well, maybe when we sell the podcast for many million, we'll do that. But I mean, like if you would have seen more going up, you would have seen more interesting things on the top of the Empire State, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because London's not built up, it's built out. You would have seen Leadenhall, you would have seen maybe St Paul's if you look in the right way and it wasn't too cloudy.
St Paul's, yeah. It was very foggy.
I would say that it was, maybe it's because we're used to London, but I saw more iconic London monuments than the Empire State. I think the Empire State was just so impressive for
how high up you are. And with the Empire State, you kind of feel like on the edge of it. When you're out there, you do feel like, oh God, I could drop my phone.
Yeah.
And it would go. The Shard was much more
enclosed. Yeah. But, and we went in during the day at Empire State and we went at night at the Shard. So you could quite easily be like, oh, there's the wheel. There's the other ones.
The other wheel.
Tower Bridge. And
third wheel.
Because they're all lit up.
Right,
so you can see
okay.
them quite easily.
Oh, fair enough.
But no, it was good. And then aside from that, you'll be really pleased to know that I did a couple more bosses on Shadow of the Colossus.
Okay, where are we up to?
Haven't played it actually for about a week because I almost had a mental breakdown.
We don't argue really that often. Not proper argue.
No.
And I felt like that was on the cards. She was like, you need to play this. I am not playing this. It's too stressful. I am on the fucking edge.
I am cancelling the podcast. We've got BBC Gardeners World tearing up the lawn.
Literally. Yeah, it was the one with the guy with the long beard and he sweeps his arm.
Oh, okay, so you're not... Oh, you're kind of underground.
Yeah.
You're in the temple.
And then that was okay. Did that one. It was fine. And then it was the electric snaky lizardy thing in the water.
That's what brought the meltdown.
That one is difficult, I'll give you that. Because you can't hold on when it goes underwater. You have to let go of it.
Yeah, it was like... Because I'm not very precise when I play games. Okay?
Really?
So I'm like swimming around in the water and it's going down and you have to grab onto the tail.
Yeah.
The tail is like the longest part away from his body. And so I'm just keep swimming around in circles and then like trying to latch on and Harry's like, swim towards it maybe.
I'm not the best person.
I was about to bring this up.
Yeah. Because I'm like, if you just swim towards it, you'd be able to grab it. And then after like the third time, I'm just like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? Just go towards it. Don't wait for it to pass you by. Press R. And press R2 and just grab it. Just
press B, Ben. Press B.
Oh, no.
PTSD.
Oh, no, this is why it triggers me.
And then when I grabbed onto the tail, I would run out of stamina because
it waits so long to move. She's like that. And it's like, this is the point where you're meant to move to the next location, right? And she's like, I'm hanging on. I've got it. And then she'd be like, actually, I'll move. And it'd be like, no, you're halfway through the animation. Like, you need to
Stop now.
So I kept falling off. I kept getting electrocuted. I couldn't grasp it. And then I got Harry shouting in my ear being like, just hold on. Just hold on. Just press it. And I was like, I can't do it anymore.
So it's going well.
So I'm waiting for Harry to go to Australia and then I'm going to try.
You're going to snap the disc in half.
Luckily, I bought it digitally.
I am going to persevere with it because you've both told me how much it means to you.
I think she has such a negative opinion of the game.
I know, this is my worry.
She's going to be like, well, that was shit.
In terms of a story, how are you finding it?
There is no story.
There is a story.
There is no story.
This is either going to make this podcast or break it. It's going to be one of the two. Keep going. I would be interested to see how you feel about it at the end, and then hopefully, maybe Harry and I can sort of shift your opinion to a more neutral one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
I've been playing Shadow of the Colossus. No. Work. I'd love to talk about.
I can't talk about.
No, I can't talk about. Actually, I can get around this because the mug's reminded me. So we are shooting a bit in.
What reminded you?
The mug. It will all become apparent.
Oh, okay. I thought you said that.
It's not my new nickname.
I thought you meant Harry.
Film as a cruel industry. Oi, mug. Yes, my lord.
I'll just float over.
Says Ben Affleck.
Oi, mug. Give me my divorce papers. Yes,
I wish I didn't have to sign them for you. Yeah. So we're shooting a scene which is a mage training session.
Montage?
I wish. Sadly not. I thought it was going to be a montage. It's not. Which is probably the best thing to talk about. But so I got all of my background artists, because that's my part of the job. And I got them all together. I said, right, we're basically going to be doing training, spell training, sort of like Harry Potter but without the wand. And
if you need any assistance, I'm here for you.
I said it right at the end, so we're going to do this big clash to sort of see one of them's feeling a bit cocky, the other one's got a bit of an ego, so they actually do this spell clash.
Draco versus Harry.
Well, I was going to say that. I was going to be like that bit in Harry Potter where, right at the end where the spells clash. And I was going to say, yeah. So they come together and they're fighting to see who's the strongest person. And then some beautiful man right at the back went, like Goku and Vegeta. And just my head kind of went, get that man a medal.
Do you listen to Nerds Against Technology?
I think he actually has subscribed now. And I was just like, yes, exactly that. That's much better than anything I was ever going to say. So yeah, that was very good, and thankfully they understood it perfectly. So I found out Dragon Ball Z is completely eternal. Everyone likes it. And the other thing is I joined the gym. I went to the gym and I decided to give it the big I am on Monday. I was there at 7 a.m. I didn't look great.
Was there lots of chads at 7?
I thought there would be.
Yeah. Or is it more the mums?
I'd say it's more the people who are going just before work.
Okay.
Some people have a normal job where they start at 9 and not 4 a.m.
Idiots.
Stupid career choice. Anyway, so I decided to go there. And it's a lot of... Basically, most of the people in there, I'd say 80% of the people in there have been there before and are much, much better than I am and much fitter than I am. So they look incredible.
Yeah, but they always do.
I know they always do. And I was like, right, don't worry about that. Remember what Harry said? Just leave your ego at the door. Just forget it all. I took my glasses off. I was like, right, I'm just going to...
your scarf.
No, I kept that. That always stays on. You never know when you're
going to that scarf.
Let me tell you about Shadow of the Colossus.
Have you seen Casablanca?
Don't think I won't follow you in there. And so I decided to... I had to basically do a full body workout, and I did my deadlifts, I did my bench press. Not very good at that as I thought I was. That was a bit of a, oh well. Then decided to do some squats. I racked it. I stepped away from the squat rack.
Did it fold you?
I thought it was going to, but I persevered. And I know why I persevered. Because a girl was watching.
Oh,
Superhuman. You turned Super Saiyan.
I literally went blonde.
Yeah.
Can I just tell you that there is nothing more
sexier
for a woman in the gym when a guy's lifting weights and looking at you like through the mirror and he thinks he's being subtle. Don't do it.
Okay, when I say she was watching, as in like they were in the periphery, and then there was another bloke who was I think he was on a Smith machine doing something, and I have managed to do it every time. And I was resting between each set, so obviously I'm moving back and putting it down on there, and it was going well until the second set. And I've done that, and I'm feeling quite bad at this point. I was like, I just need to...
Fatigue is set
in. She's left. I've lost all my energy.
Lost the woman juice.
I've lost all the will to live. And as I'm stepped back, and I've put it onto one side of it, not the other, and relaxed. So suddenly, it's gone... There's like this clash of the weight. It's gone like against the side. Thankfully, the music was loud. There's about 3 blokes, all much bigger boys. Bigger boys around me who have noticed. I've then had to go to the next side, like to prop it up. Haven't actually put the weight thing on, so it's starting to slide. I'm then being like, I look like Captain America when he's got the helicopter, but not as impressive. I'm literally like
Wish version.
Very much the TV version of Captain America.
Did you come running back in and you were able to lift it back
Well,
up?
anyway, I burst into tears, as is mine, and I'm pretty sure I shit myself at the same time.
Long story short. Banned.
I'm now banned from Pure Gym. They've come over and it's just like, are you okay? I was like, I'm just trying to play it cool. I was like, just mess up a bit there, trying to go at me hard on it. I was like, oh God. And then they said, they helped me put it back on. They went, I've noticed something you're doing there. I was like, okay. I was like, I'm just literally about to get a dressing down from someone. Basically said, I've noticed you step away from the bar. It's much better if you actually face the bar when you're racking it. Do one step back and then you can just lean forward. I was like, oh, okay.
That does make sense.
That does make sense. And I genuinely thought Harry's going to be so embarrassed. I hope. And then I thought, why would I tell him? And then I thought, I'm going to have to tell him. It's going to be on the podcast. 4 days later, I haven't been to the went to the gym one more time. I've gone too hard. My muscles are killing me.
Could you walk the day after?
Not well.
Yeah.
Or the day after that. So, no, I just my sister threw a book into my room, which had actually said "Faster, Leader, Stronger." I was like, "Cheers." I preferred Daft Punk's version, but whatever. And she'd thrown it to the point it was just out of reach of my fingertips, and I couldn't move. I was lying on the bed like, and I was like, "Please, can you move the book closer?" And she went, "It would be funnier if I didn't."
And moves it further
and
away.
Left me. So basically, I hate my family. Working out's fun. I've gone too hard.
You've got to start somewhere, though.
Got to start somewhere, and I feel good. So yeah, hopefully. But yeah, this has been that was my week.
Okay, on with the film review.
On with the review. So we're on to Damsel now. which is a 2024 Netflix film. The plot that Netflix have given us is a young woman agrees to marry a handsome prince, only to discover it was all a trap. She is thrown into a cave with a fire-breathing dragon and must rely solely on her wits and will to survive. Big name in this, and number one, is Millie Bobby Brown, who plays Princess Elodie. And it's rounded off with a few other people like Nick Robinson, who plays Prince Henry. You've got Ray Winston in it, playing the king, Angela Bassett, and really sorry, I'm going to butcher her name, but it's the voice of the dragon is Sheree Agdashlu. I thought it was interesting. I also saw this when I was very sleep deprived. I got back.
Some of it was in the film, some of it is hallucinations.
Some of it, I genuinely, there was a point when I thought, I think I've fallen asleep. But what did you two think about it? What was like, let's do some positives.
This is spoiler-free.
Spoiler-free. We'll get into spoilers right at the end of it. But yeah, let's just do some good points and bad points, and then we'll do a final little sort of verdict, what we think, if we approve it or not, and then we'll sort of go into the spoilers, and that way we can get a bit more into detail about, what we may or may not have liked about this film. Stace, do you want to start, or...?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to come up with some positives for this.
Oh, no. Because I chose this film.
Yeah.
You have something of a track record.
No, it does have some good points. The good points that I would mention is it looks...
Don't you take them all?
Stunning.
Kick off. I'll fucking tip your chair.
Well, I'm going first. So
when you say it looks stunning, which bits? Because there's going to be a sharp bit where I disagree with you, I think.
Okay. So I'd say the opening half of the film. So when they're going through they're riding through the landscapes, I think it looks very pretty. The costume design, I always talk about this, the costume design was beautiful. When she's getting into her...
The
wedding dress. The detail on that costume is just beautiful.
Is that actually what they use? They use like those ringed things to make dresses. Is that true? Is that a whole thing? I didn't know that.
I had no idea what they were putting on her.
No.
Are you joking?
Yeah. I haven't worn many wedding dresses, to be fair.
I thought it was battle armour.
That's not wedding dresses today, unless you're going for the full,
Go for the full
big
enchanted
gypsy
look.
wedding kind of look.
Absolutely.
It was very colourful. All the colours were bouncy and bright in the beginning, and it was kind of very stylistic in that element. So I say that as a positive.
It's a very deliberate choice to make it look like that. This isn't Game of Thrones looking. Right?
No, it's very polished. Let's say the imagery of it.
I think that was a negative. I think it looked so obvious they were in a green screen. They were walking along a road, and then the background was kind of just looked like someone had just photoshopped it in. I didn't like it.
This was going to be
out of the image.
This was going to be one of my bad points. Like when they're actually on actual sets, it looks
the castle
great.
The wedding,
the castle bit. A lot of the cave system is mostly practical, from what I could see. What do you think of the actual concept of it?
I haven't done my positive yet.
Sorry, Harry.
How
sorry.
rude.
Sorry, Harry. If you say it looked polished, I swear to God.
No, the dragon was the highlight. The voice acting of the dragon was very good.
She's got a great voice.
Haunting. You felt the intensity when Millie was running off, for her life, and the dragon kind of likes to chase.
Yeah,
it's toying with her. It could have killed her quite early on, but it obviously enjoys it. And the design of it, sometimes it looks brilliant, and then sometimes it looks like a deranged gecko. It kind of has derp eyes.
Oh, this is in my notes.
Yeah, why does it have derp eyes?
It's in my notes as this. I love the monster. I love the dragon design, unless you look at it face on.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I like the design of it.
The flame coming out through the chest.
Oh, it's really good.
It's really good. Because they don't reveal the dragon fully in open light for a long time.
Yeah.
A lot of the time it's the shadow, it's the flame. And I enjoyed that aspect of it.
Really good fire. I like the
fire.
The actual fire was
molten.
Yeah, it's lava instead of it. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I like that.
And the bit where she first encounters the dragon and the birds are on fire going towards her was great.
That's haunting. Love it.
And I think one of the first fire shots that we loved of the dragon was the flames coming up through a kind of tunnely system, and it looked like a dragon's mouth, because you don't see the dragon for quite some time.
If you pause it, it is definitely a dragon's mouth on fire.
Oh, I didn't notice that detail. That's cool.
Nice little pause moment.
Oh, very good. Well done.
Yeah, it looked very cool. That's the positives.
I mean, okay, I would say as a positive, the actual concept of this I really like. If you had sat down and said, like, I've got an idea for a film, I want to do a damsel in distress, which is your classic Snow White, your classic fantasy, actually, just to be fair, your classic medieval story of, like, King Arthur going to save someone. But I want to make it so that she is the one that completely switches it over. I want to do a twist on that. I would have been like, yeah, that's actually a really good idea. I really love that because it just combines those old sort of classic English stories that you sort of grew up with, like George and the Dragon and all that, and then completely switching around the damsel in distress concept of it. I really like that as a plot.
We said the similar thing. We couldn't really pinpoint why we couldn't get on board with it because, yeah, on paper, it ticks the boxes. It does everything fine.
Yeah.
On paper, it sounds like a really great idea, but it just, for some reason, didn't come together.
It's definitely the thing that would have made me sit up and say, oh, okay, tell me more about your idea. That if I can think that of someone's story, of like, oh, can you actually tell me more about that? That sounds interesting. I'm like, okay, this might be something good.
I would also say, because I think we're being a little bit too mean, another positive that we said was
Millie's hair.
The acting.
I would. It's in my thing. Millie, Princess Elodie, obviously is her name, goes through hell and back. That makeup is on point, though.
She was great in this.
She was good in this. I think most of the cast is like fairly, does their jobs quite well. I don't think a lot of them are used at all, and certainly a bit wasted. But I don't think any of this is particularly bad.
I wasn't that invested in the prince.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he's meant to be portrayed that way because he's kind of overplaying his role, done with it. So I get that. But that's not apparent straight away. But she is phenomenal. She's really good in this. But I will say this. Fucking finish Stranger Things.
Another pleasant surprise was Ray Winston in it because we just barely put it on and we were like, oh, Ray Winston's in this. No way. And then Harry was doing his Ray Winston impressions, if you'd like to.
I know.
I've put in my notes, Ray Winston is going to give me a £5 free bet on the marriage outcome.
Very good. We thought he'd just rock in and be like, oi, dragon.
I genuinely thought that was going to happen. I wish it kind of had. I do, I think he does fine in this. He doesn't have a lot to do, but he's quite good in it.
4-1 on Millie's a beat the Been there. 365.
I thought he was great.
Yeah, he's fine.
I just don't think his character had a lot to do. That's the problem. I think, again, no one in this is playing it badly. I just don't think they've got enough to work with. Let's go on to what we thought. What didn't you like about this? Because my bad list is a bit longer than my good list, sadly.
Negatives just felt so run-of-the-mill, cliched. I just felt like it's a movie I'd seen.
You've seen so many times.
I felt like if I had watched that film at age 10, I probably would have loved it because it had a dragon in it and it had some cool special effects and that would have been enough for me. But there's a process that she goes through and about 2/3 of the way through the film, she does that process again. She just does the same thing again. And I was like, we've seen this. We've literally seen this. You could cut this out.
Okay, this isn't without... Again, this is a big generalisation. So this was Millie Bobby Brown production company that did this. The other two films she
has a production company.
She does because she's on big. Yeah, because she's on Stranger Things money. She got that Stranger Things money.
Maybe we should fucking finish it then.
Yeah,
she's just married into Bon Jovi's money. So.
Has she?
Yeah.
So the last two films she did were Enola Holmes. That was her first one.
Yes.
And Enola Holmes 2. Enola Holmes is very much female power. This film follows on from that, but I don't think it does anything new with it. And I'm trying to say that without sounding really disparaging. And I appreciate the concept's good. I appreciate what they're doing with the film, but it's so like women can do anything and there's no problems and there's like what happens at the end as well is like a very big sort of look at what she did. And I just think that again, the story, the film is not enough to put that onto it, the theming wise. The themes don't land with what is actually going on in the film.
You can see the concept they're going with the female empowerment, trying to switch it round, but it just doesn't work for me in this film. But I want to talk
about okay, because that's something that I did actually was thinking about when I watched that. So I wonder what Stacey's going to think about this differently to how I think about it, as how Harry thinks about it. So, yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting you say that her production company also did Enola Holmes because I've seen Enola Holmes because I thought, oh, it's a Millie
Millie Bobby Brown. It's Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown film.
Is this a Jonathan Ross review?
That's really hard to say.
He'd have a tough time with that, wouldn't he? He really would.
What's her name?
No chance.
MBB. It's an MBB film outside of Stranger Things, and I think MBB in Stranger Things she's clearly such a talented actress, so I wanted to see Enola Holmes and see what it was like. And I would say Enola Holmes is better than this film, but it also still fell flat for me in that film as well.
Yeah.
Best film she's been in? Godzilla 2.
Oh, that's such a good film. Why are we not reviewing that?
Yeah, God. We could have been watching Godzilla instead.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I kind of. Yeah.
She plays Godzilla, and she's so good you don't even know.
Yeah, mocap. She does.
Yeah. The dragon is in Godzilla 2 as well, playing one of the heads. You can guess which one. All right, so
It's the one licking the windows.
come here.
Come on, mate. He's charging the beam again.
So, should we do a?
Nan approval?
I'm gonna say not approved.
I'm going to say not approved.
No, my Nan would fucking hate this.
And
She
every
went
pop
through-
classics.
Just giving you her age, she probably went through these times.
How many cigarettes would she have gone through during the film?
35.
Oh mate.
Minimum. And they're Super Kings as well.
Oh, you thought the smoke was bad from the dragon?
She is based on Harry's Nan.
Margaret is fucking beast mode.
That's why I think this film would be a good film for kids or early teens or something like that. I think it's an easy watching film that you could put on and entertain the kids for an afternoon. It might not have been their target audience.
It's not their target audience.
But I think it would...
The injuries in it alone show that it's not. That's not
It's
the
not
target
for kiddie
audience.
kids. They're going to be watching
No,
Minions.
no.
This is if you
like
are.
early teens, late...
I'll be Joe marketing, and I'll say the target audience for this is probably going to be teenage girls,
Yeah.
honestly. And if you're a teenage girl,
You probably loved
you
it.
may enjoy this. And I think you might enjoy a different interpretation of what Disney has been putting down your throat for the last 20 years, which is just like, princess and damsel in distress stuff. But okay, now not approved. Sorry, Mimi.
Nothing against you.
Nothing against you. You did great.
We know you like and subscribe, like
yeah.
everyone else who listens.
Yeah, like the rest of the cast. Oh, Ray's giving me a text now. He's coming over.
What are the odds?
Yes! We did it! We did the best joke!
Stop the podcast.
Cancel everything!
We've peaked.
I'm getting my coat.
I'm going home.
We're not going out tonight, Ben. I was so happy with myself.
We've done it! Right, let's move on to spoilers. Alright, spoiler alert. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it's pretty shit, wasn't it?
Come on, what's going on? I've got a great... I tell you what, because again, I was very tired when I wrote this bit.
I want to hear the delusional notes.
Here is 4 delusional notes in order.
Mum, I need toilet roll.
Mum, you're cleaning it up. Mum, there's a squat rack.
Mum, why are there so many gardeners round?
Contact BBC Gardeners.
We'll say gardens in this, definitely BBC Gardeners World thing.
Mitch told me, he was like, get them out.
they
Get
were
them on
great.
side.
Yeah.
Get the gardeners on
So
side.
here is literally just a small bit, and I know exactly you'll know where I'm picking this up from, which was, for such a prosperous land with a huge royal wedding, only about 30 people live there. Second bit, 30 minutes in, ... not a lot going on. Immediately, so, because again, I literally looked at the time and like, we just got on the carriage, where 30 minutes? It's like, you could have got this down to 10.
I'm so glad you said that because we said the exact same thing.
It's like 30
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we literally
So-
paused it, didn't we? And
But also, I checked the timings when I did these messages. 30 minutes in, not a lot going on. Literally 60 seconds later, wait, it's all gone, all eyes wide shut on me. My other 2 bits when they do the ceremony, did they have to... She's gone.
Oh, wait.
Immediately after that, during the ceremony, did they have to wait in the castle as everyone else went ahead? 20 seconds after that, was there an open bar?
Not the amount of times they're doing these weddings. As
No.
established.
We did it for the first one, and then we had to really do cutbacks.
We talked about the weddings, right? Do you think, because it's like, they took 3, I must take 3. That's the trade, right?
Yeah, 3 for 3.
3, when? Is it 3 a generation? Is it 3?
So they did mention that it was 3 every generation.
It is 3 per generation.
But also, they didn't start saying it was 3 every generation.
Yeah.
And again, because we now are in spoilers, the redemption arc for the dragon is pointless. Why does that have a redemption arc?
The fact that a dragon has a redemption arc.
It literally does. Like, she literally manages to almost kill herself with her own fire. Idiot. You could see the thing doing it, and it's like, there are so many stupid decisions in this. The king at the start, when he fucking drops in like SEAL Team 6 with his knight, and they form a line,
screaming.
It literally breathes fire, you idiot.
Yeah.
You know it breathes fire.
I'm glad he died now.
Fuck you, mate.
But it's just like, there's nothing in it. There's no... the characters in this, there's nothing going on with them. Like, there's so...
It could have been resolved as well, right?
If someone just said anything.
But like the blood, because she's going, I can smell the royal
Yeah.
blood. Like, all she had to do is go, hold up, cut this, and just be like, sniff.
Also, that's
not royal. Not royal.
Yeah, and also that's how she does it at the end. She just holds up her hand and goes like, we've both got the same thing. And she could have just gone, look, that looks fresh.
Yeah.
What do you think happens up there?
No, but I think the idea was the blood dropped into the wound and into the system. So all of
I
the
don't
blood
think
is
that's how DNA
contaminated.
works.
I thought that's the message.
I thought that was also what they did. She did like a blood transfer
Yeah,
thing.
but like, it
It is a very, very loose thread to go on.
This
Like, it's the only sort of... Again, there's so many loose... Like, that. They literally just try and get Millie from plot point A to plot point B. And they're like...
and then back to A.
And then back to
B
again.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Like, this is more confusing than Interstellar.
Nothing's more confusing than Interstellar.
Have you seen Tenet?
No.
Oh, that's next on the list.
I've got it.
That might be on the podcast. Harry tries to explain Tenet.
He shit himself.
And then because of the whole time on content, went back. Never mind.
He went back in. Oh, it's the whole thing.
Went back.
The slugs. The MVP. Like, what a plot device. The healing slugs. I mean, the dragon is fucked at the end, right? Melts itself. It's got one eye. It's done.
Broken.
It's
Yeah,
like,
it's got
don't worry, I've got 6 slugs that will sort that out. So Millie stabs the dragon in the eye. That's why the dragon's got blurry vision. It's got one eye. And then the next scene, when it's standing on the thing, looking all derp, it's got both eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one's kind of like a googly eye. Maybe that's what they did with it. It's like,
It's one of those like glasses that's got the eye on it, but it's only got
turns
one of
and
them.
it's like going in circles.
I'm so glad that they're there because given in mind she gets like fucking burned in the first 20 minutes of like, no, sorry, not first 20 minutes. First 20 minutes of that part of the sequence. Like, she gets burnt up and I thought, well...
How are they going to...
I was like, even if she makes it out of here with middle-aged medicine, she'll still be dead.
Bits of the special effects that let it down, apart from the ones you've already mentioned, were the wounds, I thought, and the deaths and stuff. What?
The wound in one scene, at the very end of the film, she has a burn patch on her left side of her chest. No, on her, it's her right side, isn't it? And then in the next scene, she's healed and it's swapped. I'm like, how fucking lazy is that? Sort your fucking production company out, right? You know, be taken seriously.
I wonder if that's because they thought. I wonder if that's because they thought it was a reverse, so they literally put it on the other side.
Yeah, but the wounds didn't look very real, considering they put so much time and effort into the way I think they wanted the film to look, and some of the like corpses and things that you see like just looked awful, and that's why I'm kind of surprised that you were saying like, oh, it's not for kids because it's got scary things in it, because for me it just looked terrible.
So what was the budget for it?
Budget for this was reported 60 million. It was a Netflix production. They generally don't announce their budgets because it's all part of just their company.
Tax thing.
Yeah, not a tax thing. So reported $60 million budget. Most of it shot here as well, I think.
It's UK based.
Yeah, I think it was a UK based production. I think some of it was on location, but yeah, I mean a lot of it is just sets with the set extensions, which you can tell when she's literally walking away from the city as it collapses behind her.
Cool girls don't get
Does this set a record for the biggest explosion to walk away from ever? Because it's like, you can't get much bigger than a city.
Yeah.
And it's literally like the dragon's flying over, and I thought, oh, okay, so yeah, she's a dragon. She's also like the princess. Yeah, okay. But it's like, I've seen this done better. Millie Bobby Brown's character is not a very good character because she doesn't have flaws. I don't know if anyone else picked on this.
Yeah.
She's very pretty. She is kind. She is resourceful. She has good survivor's instinct. She is smart. She knows how to wield a sword. There is no flaw that she has, which is a detriment or nothing she has to overcome within the story. Can you tell I studied film?
Did you pick up on... They bring up twice that she's smart with mazes. And that's it.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because they're kind of setting up that, she's going to be in a labyrinth. She's going to need to know that know-how. Nope. It comes up twice at the beginning that she's good with mazes.
And she loves David Bowie.
She does say that halfway through the film. It's like, what would David Bowie do?
This is quite like that film. Labyrinth featuring David Bowie.
Yeah, it never comes up.
No.
And also, who draws mazes for their little sister when they're younger? Who does that? That's weird.
Just get a colouring book.
Yeah.
It's a fucking idiot.
Also, like...
I mean, this was presumably in a place before the internet, and you don't remember times like this.
I don't know, the Cotswold is very behind right now. It could have just been in there.
You don't remember the time before the internet, I'm sure, but it was tough. It was tough times.
I do remember a time before the internet. 90s kid. Obviously 2 decades after you two, but still. Ray Winston's character is a dad that sells her off, and then it's like, oh, actually, I do actually love my daughter. Fine.
Oh, I thought that was harsh. You know, when he's like, I'm dying. I'm bloody dying, mate. Will I survive 2-1? And he's like...
So get the fiver out of his pocket.
Put it on lucky 7.
I'm liking this character.
So, he's holding her, and he sold her for wealth.
Yeah.
And he's like, I love you more than anything. Not even mentioning the other daughter that's just over there.
Yeah.
I thought that.
I was like, harsh.
Yeah, Flora.
She's sitting there like, I'm fucking right here.
Come on, mate.
Yeah. I've got feelings.
Floria, who does very little. Floria, who literally is just the damsel in distress in this entire thing. I've put on notes like Robin Wright, who's a fantastic actress. Who's so good at what she does. She's so talented.
Just the Queen?
This is the Queen.
Yeah.
What does she do? She's just like
Queens.
evil. She's evil for the sake of just being evil. Even the son's got a bit like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. No, you're going to do it. Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough, mate.
I do it.
They couldn't make up their mind, I think, between like a stereotypical character and then trying to add more depth, and maybe that's where they went wrong.
Yeah.
Because I disagree with you on, Millie Bobby Brown being perfect.
But like, what's her flaw then?
No, as in,
okay.
I don't feel that she necessarily needs to have flaws. I think it's okay that she doesn't have any apparent flaws, because I would say that trying to find flaws in women is quite a big societal thing. There's always something wrong with them. But I think the character itself has flaws, and that's what grates, because they set her up in the beginning that she's super smart, she's good at all these things, she's perfect. It turns out that she's shit at all those things. So she's super smart, but she's hiding from the dragon, and the dragon's like, oh, you're really smart, you're keeping quiet. First thing she does, she screams. She screams to alert the dragon. And so it the character setup they do doesn't mean anything. It all falls apart very quickly.
Okay. I didn't think about it like that. I do apologise.
But that's what frustrated me most, is that she wasn't this big kind of that's what they were going for, but she wasn't. And even when she fights the dragon at the end, she kind of gives up halfway through that fight. It's a really stupid fight that goes nowhere. She's not this big strong character that can defeat him, despite the fact that they kind of showcase her going back through the labyrinth, dodging David Bowie.
No, Ziggy, not now! What do you think you're doing?
Building herself up. She even loses the arms of her costume so that you can see her kind of arm muscle building in the same way that you might on Terminator 2 style. She cuts her hair, she has her G.I. Jane moment, and she can't defeat the dragon at the end.
How important is her dress accessory? What is that? Is it the bone?
The corset bone.
The corset bone.
Oh, is that what that was? I thought she just had a dagger in there.
Yeah, that is the MVP. That and the slugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it saves her.
Useful.
It goes through the eye.
You have to put it into a corset. You have to put it into like a bone thing.
The corset and bras that have many bones in them. Bras now obviously don't have real bones.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't thought it was just like, oh, she just had a dagger in there for no reason whatsoever. Oh, okay, that's just me being a bit stupid.
It's not like you're that invested in the film, to be fair.
No,
By the time
not
she's using
really.
it, you're clocking out.
Did the finale go a bit over the top for you, do you think? I thought it was just going to be, she kills the dragon, goes out with her sister, and I was like, I'm just leaving. I'm fucking off. This is
Are you not aware? It's the prequel to How to Train Your Dragon.
See, if you had said that,
I'd be in.
I'd be all over this.
Yeah.
God, that'd be good.
Because it ends the same, right? She kind of ends up being toothless.
Oh, yeah, she kind of does, actually.
Yeah.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, she gets punched in the mouth.
if you go
she
back
loses all of her teeth.
If you go
it's
back
gonna be
a
a
bit-
fucking nightmare back in those days.
The continuity.
Who will marry you now? Elegy of House Winston. Give me a teleport. Let's celebrate with a pint of Stella. Did you notice as well, like, thank God, in wherever like land they come from, they've got an ancient bard's tale, which is Predator, because it is literally Predator. At the end, when she's literally setting traps, I thought she was trying.
I thought it was going Home Alone. I was so looking forward to it. When she was setting up the things, I was like, oh my God, she's going to fucking
was
Home
that
Alone
for?
the dragon.
Yeah.
All she used it was a distraction to get it away, which was fine. But I had my hopes up. I was like, this is it. This is where the movie turns. It's like, dun, 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 dun. And then the dragon's going to run, tread on some marbles, cartoon slip, straight on its back, a tarantula's going to drop on its face. She's going to be like, Marv! You know? And that's why I was just so let down that the film didn't do that.
But I think that is an analogy for the way the whole film goes, because you were expecting big things and it was like a really tiny drop in the ocean. It didn't impact, because the ending didn't impact. Like, there was no satisfying moment.
Forgettable. That's what this movie is.
Yeah.
You're not going to recommend it to anyone. We're not going to recommend it to anyone. You've wasted your time if you've watched this movie and listened to this podcast all this way through. I'm so sorry.
You should be ashamed.
Yeah. You can fucking shut down your production company. I'm coming for you.
Please don't. I might be working for it soon.
I need that paper.
I actually have a lot of respect for Millie Bobby Brown and all she does.
She's actually at the door right now.
Oh no.
Ben Affleck. They've teamed up.
Oh, Millie Bobby Bon Jovi. Just clocking me with a Stratocaster.
With your son or grandson, we don't know.
It's just a big shrug.
Meh. Yeah, it's meh.
It's one Netflix film
It's a
in a
film.
sea of Netflix films that are just
Better films out there.
Watch
Watch them.
films. Yeah.
More importantly, how do you feel having picked the first film that we all weren't on board with?
I'm fine with it. I'm
it
fine
needs
with
to
it.
happen.
Like, yeah, because we've you know, a lot of the films we like. Well, I think we do try and find the positives in most films. I think because like no
We
one
found positives in this film.
Yeah.
It just didn't outweigh.
it just didn't outweigh the negatives. It's because no one sets out to make it. Most people don't set out to make a bad film, and I will always stand by that. Cross. I work in the industry. I should know. Actually, no, that's not true. We always set out to try and just do as little as we can and just get a paycheck. But yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. Our choice was either going to be this or Roadhouse. So
Roadhouse.
or the Lighthouse. A lot of houses.
Lots of houses.
On the houses. But yeah, I think it's all good. I'm glad we have found one that in a nice way we actually like, you know, are picking apart.
Although we all agreed to not like it, so we're all on the same page.
Yeah, before we started the film. We go into it with all these biases.
Can
The
I?
Rotten Tomatoes score is terrible, so
Oh,
I don't
absolutely.
know if it is. I don't know if it is.
It's mid.
Is it?
It got mixed reviews. This one, and apparently, like I didn't see any reviews until like just after I was looking at it through IMDb. A lot of it has the same plot points that we were talking about. It's just like it's good performances, but it's all just a bit like. I'm trying to think of a good question to ask you guys. Oh, actually, I do have one, but you never see it in there, which is a bit annoying. But like every house has a coat of arms. What would be on yours?
2 bowling balls. For bowls.
Oh, I thought you were about to say 2 bowling balls and like a sausage in the middle of it, or like a.
No, don't be immature. I'm trying to answer this question respectfully. You gotta fucking lower the tone. Every time you come round here, your childish fucking behaviour.
Yeah, exactly.
Lowering the tone.
Because I don't know
this
what
is a high grade podcast.
I don't know what room we're in. We're always recording in a different room in your massive house. Very intimidating with your drawbridge. What would yours be, Stace?
Well, I feel like our coat of arms would have to be something like, so like when we were first dating, we played a game called Elo Milo.
I think it's called Ilo Milo.
Or Ilo Milo, depending on how you like to say it.
Ilo Milo. Yeah.
And it's about 2 characters. It's a puzzle game, so you have to kind of work out how to make it back to each other. And it just stuck. And like Harry's still called Elo on my phone, and I'm still called Milo on his phone. So I feel like it would be those 2 characters.
That's very cute.
What would yours be?
Mine would be a big sigh.
Or a fart.
No, just a sigh. I think with a fart you could get away with more, but I think with a sigh you know exactly where you stand. Mine would just be just a visual representation of me going.
I mean, you've got a tattoo that's like it's not
The Millennium Falcon.
Yeah,
I do. Oh yeah, that's all it would be. It would just be it would be the poster for episode 5. That's all it would be.
I feel like your tattoo could go on the coat of arms.
I could go. I mean, it's a work of art anyway.
Why did you?
Generally, it's just.
Why
like
did you get the tattoo?
Just because I like ships, and also this one was built in Chatham, which is not far from where we record. We record out to sea. Yeah, I think mine would just be an interpretation of a sigh, or I don't know. Yeah, probably just episode 5, or it'd be all the the times I've died on docks. So it'd just be like generally more. It would just be more general. It'd just be like more aggressive cuts into the wood.
Nice. It would be pretty big, that's all.
Absolutely. But my cost will be huge. It'd be so big. Well, he's compensating. And I'm like, no. Some people would actually say that's too small.
Yeah.
Actually, most princesses would say this castle is too small, actually. Just does nothing for them.
And then you throw them off into the pit to the dragon.
I would be saying this as they were getting thrown off. Actually, I would be explaining it.
Not small.
But it's like a 2-foot pit, so I'm still over the side explaining it.
Whilst they're getting out and climbing out.
No.
Stay down.
Please.
That's another point. Sorry that I should have mentioned.
Oh, nobody dies going into the pit.
What's a pit for? Like, it's a huge
Yeah, could have just
drop.
thrown it through a door.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, the pit kind of feels like they should die when they get chucked, right? It's a big pit.
Yeah.
It's just also lackluster. Give me violence. Give me grittiness.
Also, at some point, those vines hadn't grown over it. So surely the first few people they chucked in, they just died, just hit the floor. Like, we really need to probably put something over that.
Crash mat.
We threw a crash mat in, but it landed the wrong side down. So if anything, it actually made a harder floor.
It's made it like a bludgeoning.
Yeah, and we didn't know what a crash mat was, so we burned the guy for witchcraft. Because of course that's the age we're in now.
The dragon's like, you've got
Oh dear. Love the fact that obviously they've all scratched their names onto the.
Yeah.
It's like, that's so horrific. There's so many people. Lovely fonts.
They are top right. The calligraphy.
Thank God they weren't too traumatised to make like a really good sans serif font.
Yeah.
Because it literally is like there's bits that are just full on fantasy fonts. Like,
she's got lots of time.
How would you make that?
Yeah, what's that? Ben Sheridan's been here and he wrote in Comic Sans.
That would be me.
We've been Nerds Against Normality. Thanks for hanging with us. Catch all of our latest episodes every Thursday wherever you get your podcast from. Please follow, rate, like us all on social media, but mostly Facebook and Instagram, for more exclusive content. If you have a question, something you want to review, or a great story from your week, please email us at nerdsagainstnormalitypod@outlook.com. Love you, bye!
Bye-bye.
Lovely, bye.